Hello chess lovers, Suren here with another spectacular game for you. With the white piece is playing Mikhail Tal and his opponent is W R Chandler. The game was played in 1944 in Knotty, which is an area of Liverpool. Mikhail Tal started with e4 and d5 by Chandler. Scandinavian Defense, e takes d5, queen takes d5, knight c3. Here the main move is queen a5, or black is also playing queen d6, but black responded with queen d8, a move which may be the oldest of all Scandinavian lines. Moreover, prior to the 20th century, it was often considered the main line. d4 by Tal, knight f6, bishop c4 e6, knight f3, bishop b4, white castles kingside, knight d7, queen e2, bishop takes c3, b takes c3, black castles kingside. Of course, castling kingside straight away would have been better. There was no need to capture on c3 straight away, and now white can play, for example, bishop a3, and the bishop here can be very active, causing black a lot of problems. By the way, in this position, the strongest move is bishop a3, but Tal played bishop g5, rook e8, knight e5, knight f8, and f4. Tal is starting an immediate attack right now. He's going to push the f-pawn forward once again. c5, black is challenging white center, rook d1, queen d6 and f5. Well, instead of playing f5, already white has several options, one of which is to capture on f6 and weaken black's kingside. If g takes f6, then white can go for a beautiful knight sacrifice on f7. If king takes f7, then queen h5 check. If king e7, white can play d5 with a very dangerous attack. This king stuck in the center of the board can become an easy target for white pieces, but after queen d6, Tal first played f5, knight d5, and now you can pause the video and try to find Tal's next move. Ready? In this position, Mikhail Tal played knight takes f7, and from here we are going to see a lot of fireworks on the board. King takes f7, f takes e6, double check, king g8, and this e-pawn is marching forward, e7. Don't forget please, this is the same pawn which a few moves earlier was standing on f2 square, knight e6 and d takes c5, an inaccurate move which allows black to recapture with a check. After knight e6, it was better to play queen f2 with queen f7 threat, forking the king and the rook. If, for example, knight f6, then bishop takes f6, exposing black's king side, and then rook d3, bring the rook on the king side. If queen takes e7, then d5. Now if knight g5, then simply d6 check, winning the queen. That's why black should play queen f8, but winning the knight is not the strongest continuation. White can play d6, threatening d7. If bishop d7, then queen h4 coming after the pawn on f6, and of course white has a very dangerous attack. This is going to be very difficult for black to hold the position. But after knight d6, we see d takes c5, queen takes c5 check, king h1 and knight takes c3, which is losing on the spot. Well, instead of capturing on c3, it was better to capture on e7. If bishop takes e6 check, then bishop takes e6, and after queen takes e6, black can simply play king h8. Though white is much better, but still black is holding. Actually, this line was the reason that I was telling that on move 18 d takes c5 was an inaccuracy. But anyways, d takes c5 was played, and after king h1 we see knight takes c3. Black is forking the queen and the rook. But instead of moving away his queen, Tal played rook d8. Look at this. He's sacrificing his queen, but the queen can't be captured because black king will get checkmated. That's why black responded with bishop d7. And here comes another beautiful move by Tal, queen e5. He is insisting on sacrificing his queen. Actually, this looks very spectacular, but again, not the most precise move. It was better to play bishop takes e6 check, and then queen takes e6, and if king h8, simply rook takes a8, it's over. But after bishop d7, we see queen e5. Mikhail Tal simply wants to lure away the queen from this a3 f8 diagonal and play rook f8 check. And if a move like queen b4 still controlling the f8 square, then simply bishop takes e6 and then queen takes e6, and we are going to see a similar line which I showed a few moves earlier. But after queen e5 we see queen takes e5 by Chandler. Here comes rook f8 check, and finally black resigned. If rook takes f8, then white can promote his pawn to a rook. This looks better, I think, and checkmate black king. Another very fascinating game by the magician from Riga. Hope that you enjoyed this amazing attack. Waiting for your comments and questions. Good luck.